Am I starting? Yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. My name is Artieka.
And I'm Tommy.
Feel so out of practice
doing
man,
this. This has been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely been a minute we did this.
Today we are talking about season 18 of Married at First Sight. I believe this is not, you didn't watch the after parties, right?
Nah.
Okay. So
season 18?
Yep. Season 18 episodes 1 and 2 is what I have seen, which I skipped we skipped the matchmaking stuff.
We never watched that.
I tried last season. That's probably where my issue started last season.
Nah, I tried a couple seasons ago and I was like, I don't want to watch this. It feels like a waste of time.
If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell. I don't have a who I want to talk about the longest situation. So
I just wrote down two names. So
and let's hold predictions to next episode.
Okay.
Because we'll actually see them interact with each other.
All right.
During next episode, because it'll be the final wedding.
Supposedly. Because I feel like they could have got all, 5? Mm-hmm. They could have got all 5 weddings in 2 episodes.
They could have. They always do this, though.
No, they don't.
They've been doing this since New Orleans.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever you say, boss.
At least since New Orleans. New Orleans is the earliest that I can remember. So starting with Camille and Thomas. I think Camille is 32. Not really sure. But I know Thomas is 42 because I have his age listed. They were the first wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find pictures to show you. And you can.
No, I know who that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Camille makes more than him.
Okay.
That's one of the things that they put out there. When I tried to watch the matchmaking special, because I got about 10 minutes in and I was like, I can't do this. He was comfortable with his wife making more than him. I'm not sure if she was comfortable with her husband making less than her. Somebody always has to make more and somebody always has to make less. I guess it just depends on if it's significantly more.
Right.
Or significantly less. She has an investment property. One of the things that was interesting about Thomas for me was he had both the mother that raised him and his biological mom attend the wedding. Now, makes me wonder, was his daddy his biological daddy or was this like a full-on adoption? I don't know if they got into that in the matchmaking special. If y'all know, comment down below. And he has a twin.
Yeah.
His twin brother's name is Tim. Tommy called him, he said he looked like Phaedra husband. So I put in my notes that Thomas is Apollo adjacent.
Right.
Looks.
Man, I think their looks match. Mm-hmm. A concern for me was, I think he said at the, it wasn't the I was going to say the McDonald giant, but that's his last name is McDonald. And he was like, I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't. But no, the concern for me was, it was the after party and I saw the preview for the next one, and they were like, he was in a relationship for 9 years. And I know it's not in this episode that we saw, but that's like, I didn't have any, anything to add to them because I think they're a beautiful couple. I think she's very beautiful. He's a handsome guy, 42. That's like, what happened? You get into the 40s and you think about what's the story behind us getting here, which they probably talked about in the matchmaking special.
I think about that sometimes as well, because now at 37, the majority of our friends that want to be married are married.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of friends, and that was a topic of conversation while I was having dinner with friends in Memphis.
Yeah.
Was one of my friends wants to get married, and she's just like, it's not working here.
Right.
Usually by this age, you have done it and never want to do it again.
Yeah.
You're currently in it or you're longing for it.
Yeah.
And I always wonder what's that like spot going to be for some of the friends that I have that are unmarried and desire to be married. Because I have some that are unmarried and don't care.
Yeah.
Do you do something like this? Do you just be like, F it, I'm getting married?
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing that stood out to me, is because like it is a gap between them. I think it is 32 and 42. But the bigger thing is like what happened between 30 and 40 that it didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, and then also one positive, I think that, or I won't say positive, but one different aspect is these people are older, seem like.
This time around.
Yeah. Like I feel like previous seasons, everybody was a little bit younger.
I know one person that I feel like was entirely too young. I don't remember what city that was. I think it might have been Nashville. It was Dominique. Little short.
That's the girl with the she was like went fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, she was like 23.
Yeah.
Or 24 years old.
I like when the shows, this is a terrible way of describing it, but I like it when they treat him more towards the age of desperation. It's a terrible way of saying it.
Yeah, it is.
But 23, I feel like you just doing it because it's something fun to do.
Yeah, it's a show.
When you are 43, you're doing it because what you're doing hasn't worked.
Right. My options.
That's what I mean by the
options are small.
Yeah, that's what I mean by trending towards the age of desperation.
Yeah.
I don't mean although I do believe that there has to be a level of desperation to do Married at First Sight.
Exactly, yeah.
But trending older, you're literally looking for the person that you are going to marry, going to have kids with if you want kids. Like you're trying to like bridge all the pieces of your life together.
Right.
And when you 23.
Yeah, it's just not, it's not enough time of life had at that point. But no, I think Camille and Thomas, I think they're going to be an interesting couple. She used to be a hooper. He like is athletic, I think.
They're height compatible.
Yeah. So I think that's a couple for me that I'm going to watch. Of course, I root for, all the couples to be successful, but I think that's going to be one of my favorites because I like their look together, and then two, I like her.
One last thing about them. She wanted to run on the wedding day, and her sister talked her down. Was it just me, or did it feel like that was not a actual conversation? Like production was like, pretend you're gonna.
Yeah, I completely overlooked that because I looked at it and I was like, stop playing. You're not finna do all this and then just say I'm leaving.
Like your I'm leaving wouldn't even convince
that's like, I can't believe you. You need more people.
Right. All right. So that's all I have for them. Oh, their gifts to each other. I ain't write down everybody's gifts, but she got him a whiskey set and he got her a record. I think a record player and a record.
Oh, okay.
But a record.
That's always a solid gift.
Next up is Michelle, who is 38, and David, who is 35. Ponytail, Puerto Rican.
Oh, they didn't go through their marriage, did they? No. That's the one we're waiting on, right?
That's the ones we're waiting on.
Yeah.
There was just next on my list.
Oh, okay.
I had some notes about them. The wedding is on his birthday.
Yep.
Apparently his brother also got married on his birthday, so he felt like that was a good decision.
And his dad.
I have one friend who got married on their birthday, and then it's not a friend, it's an acquaintance. Got married on their birthday, divorced, and then got married again on their birthday. I guess he was like, this day is going to work for me.
That's his number, ain't it?
Right. Like, I'm number 23.
Keep playing that number.
One of the things that felt strange for me was Michelle's relationship with her dad. Like, she thanked her dad for coming as if he was like Mr. Joe down the street.
He might have been.
Funny because we have Mr. Joe down the street.
Might have been.
But like, I was like, the way you're talking to him does not sound like a parental relationship.
You have a real, genuine relationship with this guy.
And then he said all the cliche things that a dad says. If he hurts you, he got to worry about me type stuff.
Ain't nobody worried about your old self,
man. And David's family's closeness makes me wonder how Michelle is going to fit.
Just seeing David, right? This is just going off of basic, like the most basic thing you can go off of when it comes to people. Just seeing how David is, got the man bun and the hair, and he's a very like creative, outgoing person. And then you have Michelle, which seems to be a very coveted person. Like, I don't know her or how she is or anything like that. They don't seem like they gonna fit. It seemed like when the experts talk to both of them, they both have great attitudes about what they're doing. But the thing that they was like, oh, this is perfect, is that
she need him, he need her.
Right.
Let's make it work.
It was so woman based. You know what I'm saying? He was, because David talked about the women in his family, and she talked about the women in her, like they were like, it's so many women. You know, I think that was them.
I don't remember about Michelle's family, but David's family definitely, like, he lives in the basement. Yeah. They don't want him to move out. And highly doubt Michelle is gonna move into his parents' basement. But the way that they sound, they seem like they would be perfect family compound type families.
Yeah.
Where they could have a street and them 7 houses.
That's how I want.
It's them and the parents, the kids, and everything. The thing that mama's not gonna like is that nobody still lives at home. Yeah. Even though she could just walk outside and see everybody.
Man, the closest thing I got to that, and this just sticks out in my head like all the time. I think about it all the time. Is my cousin used to live down the hill from us. Yeah. And so when I was a kid, like Saturday mornings and stuff, I would go down to their house, like knocking on early as I don't know what. Just leave my house, go down to their house, and just knocking on the door to see what they doing. You know,
Lily will never have that with her cousins.
No, but they,
like even her cousins that live here, 40 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, if Lily walked out the door, we'd be in some trouble because we'd be like, "Where is she at?" But no, it's
who house is she going to?
It's like I like the dynamic of their family and how close knit they are, and, you know, and stuff like that. I'm just curious to see how they will mesh together because these are two totally different. They seem to be two totally different people. You know, how the families would talk with each other because you said David is Puerto Rican. And what? Or both, like he's pure.
I think he's just Puerto Rican. His dad is darker. Yeah. So if his dad was biracial, I wouldn't be surprised.
I thought
or if his dad was black, I wouldn't be surprised. His dad is darker than his mom, but he mentions that he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah. So you got that dynamic, and Michelle is American white.
Yes.
So it's always a thing for me for when it comes to like interracial couples and stuff like that. Like, how do you deal? Because that adds a different dynamic, even though we're in 2024 and it shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah.
Adds a different dynamic with culture and everything like that. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah. I was done with them.
Yeah, I really don't have much.
Next is Ikechi and MM.
That's the dude that looked like they got the bald head and
colorful glasses.
Yeah.
Ikechi is 41, MM is 35. She's a nurse practitioner. Not really sure what he does. He definitely fits his bald head, colorful glasses because he be writing poems.
Yeah.
And stuff. He mentioned that he was an only child and he was raised by his mom, like it was just him and his mom. But then later on after party, I was like, yeah, his daddy was a Brandon. His brother was at the wedding. So he really goes by that. It's what's in my mama's house.
Hold on, what?
On the show, he says he's an only child raised by his mother.
So let me preface this. I watched their wedding, fell asleep through their whole before they walked down the house.
He says he was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
Him in the house with his mama. He said it like he had no dealings with his dad.
Yeah.
Then on after party, he said that his sister-in-law was pregnant and couldn't come to the wedding because of how far along she was in the pregnancy. Been there, done that.
Right.
But his brother came to the wedding. And I was like, but you said you was an only child.
Yeah, he was like, man.
It's just what's in my mama's house that counts.
That's my daddy's son.
Exactly.
I hate that, by the way.
I do too. He did mention that if he could have one do-over for the wedding, it would be a garter toss.
Oh, yeah.
He said that MM said no garter toss in case her husband looked like a gremlin. She didn't use the word gremlin. She cussed, but he like cleaned it up to be like basically if he was ugly, we wasn't doing the garter toss. So if there's no garter, we don't have the.
You don't have to.
We can't lean into, y'all should do the garter toss. So she don't have to say no.
Yeah. So she didn't have a garter at all.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
I need to find my garter.
They didn't jump the broom.
Okay.
Like just little small things that I noticed because the first Thomas and Camille, they jumped the broom. That's what let me know people black or not.
Oh, okay. So one of the things that I noted about MM is she likely has never been married because she likes to control everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work for him because he seems like a free spirit and she needs to control everything. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic.
I don't know how it's going to work out either. I don't really, nothing like really just came up with them. I thought they were there. She was more active in everything. Like she was, what's the word?
She was very animated.
That's the word I'm looking for. She was more animated than he was. And it seems like that's the balance. It's just them finding that perfect balance and understanding who the other person is. And that, you don't get into that until after this part. So it's like to see it, like your initial, like, whoa, is that too much for him and stuff like that? But he's a smooth talker though. You know what I'm saying? Writing poems, where you been, and just because
I thought that was cute.
It was nice. It was nice. I was like, well played, brother.
And if it don't work out, he gonna perform that at the next open mic night in Chicago.
Right. But no, like it's like you can tell he's more reserved a little bit, but that it probably does have to do with something like he was a quote unquote only child in his household type of thing. So it's like, man, you looking at those type of personalities and stuff, and they seem to get along when they were one-on-one with each other and kind of joked around and stuff like that. But it's like you really want to get deep into it to see how do they interact with each other and stuff like that.
You done with them?
I am.
All right. I'm trying to breeze through these because I got to go to work. I got 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. We got it.
Madison and Allen.
I like them. I like both of them, man.
Alan used the phrase thuggish, ruggish.
Yeah. Look, before you say anything else, Alan, what's the girl's name?
Madison.
Alan and Madison and Camille and Thomas are my top 2 couples.
They said, is our name going to be Allison?
Right.
I was like,
Madeline.
I was like, stop, Bennifer. It didn't work for them. They broke up. Let it go.
Man.
He's a financial analyst. I think they both are financial analysts because I'm pretty sure she said we do the same job.
No, she's yeah, we can say that.
You don't remember?
She's something with she implements HR software.
Oh well, maybe not.
Companies.
Maybe they want.
He does.
He said he's a financial analyst.
He does implement software, but through the financial side. So like somebody was trying to do.
Oh, they do the same thing. Yeah. Just he's in finance and she's in HR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Type of deal. Now, to explain what it is that they actually do, you have to ask them.
I don't really care that much. I just wrote down he was a financial analyst because I was trying to, at the beginning, I'm grasping for straws for information to write down so that I can help jog my memory about these
I always think about, like, when we do the marriage episodes, it's strictly a appearance look for me. Or there are small interactions that they have and they show. And that's what I base any opinion, because for me, I like for my opinion to be like, if I say a negative opinion, like I don't think they're gonna mesh well together or something, just based off the first impression and stuff like that. I like to be wrong about that, or it like the Thomas and Camille. I think we're gonna get deeper into this side of the story, but I think they're they're a nice couple, you know, or they mesh well together. I want to be right about those. With Alan and Madison, I think their level of playfulness.
The banana. I hope this is appealing.
Yeah.
And then she walked out with it.
Yeah, right. I think that level of playfulness is healthy. And I think that's going to be good for their attitudes. It's just seeing them in a not so playful moment, you know. That'd be the biggest test for people to see if they can really truly go through this. Now, I am going through the whole thing with the opinion that they are not trying to fake it till they make it. Like the last season, like I am coming into this thinking that
production sat down and was like, look,
I need a little stool right here so I can put my stuff.
Don't be playing in my face.
Right. Right. Like, let's take this, you know, for real. Let's put our best foot forward, and let's honestly give a best effort on this. And that's the way I'm going into this thing until, you know, I'm proven otherwise. But I like the banana thing. I liked I'm trying to remember what like happened before the conversations they was having before. I really can't remember his conversations that he had or who was in the room with him, nor her, for that matter.
No, because they seem very normal. I'm about to get married type conversations. Like, it didn't feel like, at least for me, I don't remember anything being overproduced for either of them prior to.
Now this is silly on my end, but I noticed that he started to bald up here. And I wonder, is that, like, you know, some people are against bald heads.
Oh yeah, because Mirla.
Yeah, she was like, I hope he's not. And they gave her a bald man, didn't Mirla, like, oh man, that was terrible. But yeah, so it's like those things, and it came up with just to backtrack a little bit. It came up with David and that girl.
I don't know who David is.
David, like previous, we just talked about him. David and who? Who is his wife?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Look in your notes, baby. Michelle?
Oh, you're talking about this season?
Yeah, this season. David and Michelle.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at her sister,
I'm like, who is that?
Her sister, David and Michelle, or Michelle's sister, and I think her mom, they both have these wrinkles around their lips. And I'm like, would that be something that she grows into? It's very superficial for me on this episode because I have nothing to go off of.
You know what? It was funny you say that is in high school, this guy was like, Artieka, your mama fine. If you grow up to look like your mama, you're gonna be fine too. It was, I think he said that to me when I was like 11.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've always remembered.
Yeah.
Like when he found out how old my mama was, because you know my mama didn't have me at like 19 or anything. He was like, dang, your mama grown. I'm like, boy, shut up.
But no, it's like you look at those things and you're like, is this a bill? Like, you know, because your looks fade, you know, and it's like, does everything else sustain for you? You know, because that's what they're doing. That, oh, he's pretty, or oh, she's pretty. You know, this cute, that's cute. You know, the first part, and then they open their mouth. Yeah, you know, type of deal. Who's we talking about? Madison and Allen.
I'm done with them. You ready? I ain't writing anything else. So
yeah, I don't have anything for them either.
So Carla and Juan.
I like them.
Carla and Juan, for me, don't feel like you're going to get their authentic selves on this show. I don't know why.
I didn't get that.
It just didn't feel like we were going to get to really know them. Like she said that on After Party, she said that Juan gave her a swim cap for her wedding gift. And she was like, does he know that I have good hair? And he doesn't want me to get it wet when we go swimming? And I was like, a swim cap will be a very awkward wedding gift for me anyways. Because how you know that I care enough about getting my hair wet that I would need a swim cap? Maybe I was a person who was a swim instructor. And I'm like, I live to get my hair wet in the water. I don't want the swim cap keeping me from everything. Like, you just don't know. It just seemed like a weird gift. But
I didn't even know that's what he gave her.
It was said on After Party, not on the show.
All right.
That's why I mentioned it was said on After Party.
I got you.
Juan is an immigrant. Carla says that she manifested this whole thing. Like, I told everybody last Christmas or last Thanksgiving, whatever it was, she was like, I told everybody that next year I'm going to have a husband to bring to dinner. And she was like, I am all about all of this. And I was like, I hope y'all make it to Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner. I don't know exactly what season this is that y'all got married, but high hopes for you guys. Actually, I have high hopes for everybody, and then they let me down by like episode 6. So the only note that I wrote was during the, you know how they read what the family and the friends say about them. They said that Carla is always late, and then she also tries to convince you out of your no. If she wants to do something. So if she wants to do it and you say, nah, not cool with doing that, she then tries to convince you out of it. I was like, that's going to be very annoying for him. Yeah. Because my no is my no. And he seems like a my no is my no type of person. Because like she walked up, she was like, are you in love? And he was like, bitch. That's how he looked at her.
Because she said she in love.
No, she said that that's a joke that she has with her cousins.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke that she has with her cousins where we ask, "Are you in love?" And I was like, "But he don't get it." So I don't think he was. That was not the time. Yeah. For that joke, he need to meet said cousins.
How did I miss that?
Y'all. The joke, her saying it was her cousins on After Party.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to commit to After Party this season.
All right.
I said trying. We're gonna see how this goes.
I can't make no promises.
We're gonna see how this goes. But that's all I wrote down for them.
I did want to say I do like the fact that they're like both are like Spanish speaking, I think. Mm-hmm. And they have different cultures to mitigate between each other. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that they're like, he likes to dance and she's willing to dance type of thing. Like those are commonalities that they, you know, they have to go off of. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. They didn't talk much after, or I didn't hear it, one of the two, after their wedding.
We don't know because
they didn't show it.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
What they have done is 4 weddings, and then episode 3 gets us the 5th wedding, and then the receptions.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get those weird go to bed scenes.
And then they'll be like, this season on Married at First Sight.
I hate you.
Right. Then we can start talking about the real stuff.
If you don't have no money, just say that. This is what it's going to be. After that, we're going to get to that part right after they get to the honeymoon.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I have.
If he ain't got no money.
I just try to take the most extreme things people can talk about. You got anything else?
No, man. That's it for me, man.
All right. I'm really trying to start this with very high hopes.
Oh, I mean, I definitely have high hopes. I like the fact that they're a little bit older. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's a little bit older. Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's in their 20s.
Yeah, it's one person that's 29. And for me, that's, you know, I got married at 29. So.
Oh, Madison is 29.
Yeah. So it's like that's a change that I've seen, you know. Mm-hmm.
You did get married at 29. Me too.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so it's like seeing that difference, and I want to know if that's gonna make a difference. I'm really curious to see how involved the experts are going to be this season. And how do they mitigate certain things? They still didn't go with my plan of offering premarital counseling, but I still think
that takes away from them being married at first sight.
No, not for them. Like they go individually like,
too.
They can do our all men's premarital, and they're going through the same things.
Okay.
You know,
that would be interesting to see. But then where would they place that at? Because they got a formula and they not about to mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, like,
because we literally know we're not gonna get the last wedding until episode 3.
You don't even have to. For me, you wouldn't even have to. Don't show it. Just make sure that they go through it. Because the thing is,
we wouldn't know. Because if they
like they could talk about it. Like, hey, we had counseling before. They don't have to necessarily show it because it's a private thing. Mm-hmm. You know. But
I think they're too afraid that they're gonna find out that some of these people shouldn't be on this show if they did the counseling of some sort. Because the magic is in the discourse. Nobody wants a happily ever after.
The magic is I'm gonna bring my ex-girlfriend on here so she can tell me we finna have a baby.
They think that the magic is in that. Yeah. And what we have proven time and time again is it's not.
No, you lose your people, you lose interest, and you have to figure out a way to keep it fresh because you got 18 seasons. You are not Law and Order.
Right.
You are not going to the newspaper and finding articles and recreating it as a TV show.
I'm wondering if there's going to be any additional like guest experts. My alarm's about to go back off. If there's any guest experts, like how Devon Franklin was a guest expert one season, I wonder if they're going to bring some other people in to show other sides of things. Because I feel like Devon gave some solid advice when he was there. I really do like Dr. Pia. Sometimes I be wanting Dr. Pepper to really just say how she feel. Mm-hmm. And I know that what's the pastor's thing called? The little ring they wear. I want Pastor Cal to take that off and be Calvin.
What you talking about?
Like,
pastors.
Yeah.
I want collars?
That's what it's called. Yes, a collar.
Yeah.
Take your collar off and be Calvin.
Yeah.
Don't be Pastor Cal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, say it. And don't try to give me the pastor version of what you saying. Say what you trying to say, because these people need some hard truth sometimes.
Some people do need the hard truth. But I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to Married at First Sight because, again, folks, I think the idea of experts having the formula and putting you have to be 100% honest. That's the human error in things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the formula, should work.
Yeah.
Based off of your actual, stuff.
And they need to stop bringing back people we don't care about when they be doing these matchmaking things. That's another story for another day.
Another story.
Anywho. You done?
I'm done.
Okay. Please like the video, comment down below. Let us know how you feel. When we get ready to do this next week, I won't be rushed. We're going to start a little bit earlier. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.
For Love Brew. And next week for Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Peace.